Rage Economy: How Outrage Became a Drug. A Pizzaverse psychological documentary. Written by Bambi Palermo. A Pizzaverse Studios production. We Don't, Mississippi. The dopamine effect. You ever notice how getting mad online feels good for a second? That little rush, the heartbeat, the focus, the satisfaction of saying, yeah, I told that guy off. That's not confidence, sweetheart. That's chemistry. See, your brain don't care if it's joy or fury. Dopamine's dopamine. It's the same buzz you get from a win, from thinking you won the argument. But here's the trick, it fades fast. And once that high dips, the brain starts looking for another hit. So what do? You scroll. You fight again. You chase the next outrage like a junkie looking for validation. They built the platforms like casinos, kid. Every ping, every notification, every red, that's the slot machine in your pocket. You don't even need chips. Just opinions. That's how they got ya. They gamified anger. The media manipulation loop. Now here's the part that really makes me want to throw a brick at the TV. The media, social, mainstream, all of them, they figured it out. Outrage keeps eyeballs glued longer than peace ever could. See, calm don't sell commercials. Contentment don't get clicks. But you scare people? You divide them? You give them villains? Boom, engagement goes through the roof. You think the news is informing you? Nah, they're programming you. Left, right, center, doesn't matter. It's all just brand loyalty now. They sell fear to conservatives and guilt to liberals. And they call it balance. But it's all the same hustle, emotional manipulation in high definition. Digital mob psychology. You ever watch a crowd turn into a monster? You ever see a comment section go from silence to bloodbath in 30 seconds? That's digital mob mentality, baby. Same psychology as a riot, only now it's wearing pajamas and typing in caps lock. When people act in groups, something dangerous happens, responsibility disappears. It's called de-individuation. You stop seeing yourself as a person and start seeing yourself as part of the mob. And mobs don't think, they react. They don't ask for truth, they demand vengeance. It's tribal, primal, ancient. You ever see 100 people try to cancel someone they never met? They ain't looking for justice. They're looking for relief. For that same dopamine hit that says, we're the good guys. But mobs don't create heroes, doll. They just pick new villains. Identity and rage. Here's where it gets real psychological. People don't just get angry anymore. They become their anger. It's their flag, their brand, their personality. You ever talk to somebody who can't let go of a topic, who's always outraged about something? They ain't mad because they care. They care because being mad makes them matter. That's identity fusion, the merger of self and cause. You stop fighting for a belief, you start fighting to protect who you are. That's why you can't talk reason to the perpetually pissed. They'd rather burn the village than admit they overreacted. Anger became armor, and some folks would rather suffocate in it than take it off and be vulnerable. The addiction cycle. Anger's a drug, baby. Plain and simple. It gives you energy, confidence, purpose, until it don't. Then you crash. You feel empty, tired, useless. And instead of detoxing, you look for another hit. Another feud. Another enemy. It's the rage loop from stimulus, to hit, to crash, to relapse. Over and over again until you forget who started the fight or why. The saddest part? Most people don't even realize they're addicts. They call it staying informed, but it's really just emotional alcoholism. And you know what's worse? The algorithm's your dealer. And it never runs out of supply. The cost. This ain't just politics or entertainment anymore. It's personal. People lost friends, families, jobs, all 'cause they couldn't let go of being right. That's the tragedy of the rage economy. Everybody's fighting for truth, but nobody's fighting for peace. And when you finally realize you've been used as fuel for someone else's fire, that's when the detox starts. That's when you see who's really profited off your pain. Bambi's word to the wise. Here's the truth, doll. Rage is a product and you're the consumer. They feed you fury, wrap it in purpose, and sell it back as passion. But don't get it twisted, real strength ain't in losing control. It's in keeping it. The loudest person in a room, usually the weakest one there. The one who stays calm, thinks straight, sees through the noise, that's the dangerous one. That's the one they can't manipulate. So take it from me, you don't need to scream to be powerful. You just need to know what's worth your peace. 'Cause peace, that's the one thing they can't monetize. This was The Rage Economy, How Outrage Became a Drug, a Pizzaverse psychological documentary. Written by Bambi Palermo. If this one woke something up in ya, smash that like, hit subscribe, and share it with somebody still fighting ghosts on Facebook. Remember, kids, they can't sell calm. They can't fake truth. And they sure as hell can't outsmart the Pizzaverse. We don't worship clowns. We expose them. Thanks for watching.